If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
So the People's Choice Awards are trending. The BAFTAs are trending. 2 award shows happening. One celebrates British filmmaking, and the other is the People's Choice Awards. People vote on their favorites for a variety of things. So both of those things are trending.
Have you seen the People's Choice Awards controversy regarding Jennifer Aniston? Apparently, when she won for the morning show last night, her Apple TV show, as she went to the stage, they played Flowers by Miley Cyrus, which many people believe was a very sly kind of jab at her history of failed relationships and being single at the age of 50. Other people are saying that's just dumb. They were playing a song.
Yeah, I think you're looking probably a little too much into that. Maybe there's some.
It was going around. It was going around this morning. It was a thing this morning. People were like,
she's our age though, isn't she?
Yeah,
she's older than 50.
Yeah, did they take a? I mean, in her 50s, but they took that they were taking a jab at her.
I don't. Maybe I highly doubt it though. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Everybody seems to like Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, by the way, Flowers was nominated for an award last night, so maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's that. I think maybe looking a little too deeply into it. Michael J. Fox was at the BAFTAs. He got a standing ovation. I'm always shocked when I see Michael J. Fox because he's, obviously dealing with, he's got Parkinson's, I think.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see him and you could see him really struggling with it. And other times he seems to be doing much better. But I like that guy. And when he's at the award show, it's fun to see people acknowledging him.
It's a little weird to see him in a wheelchair. That's what really hit me this time.
Yeah. Sometimes it's better and sometimes it's not as good. For him, Barbie lost out all 5 BAFTAs, and Margot Robbie. It's a celebration of British filmmaking. You would have thought Margot Robbie, isn't she British? She's something.
Is she?
You thought she would have? I don't know. You thought she would have kind of cleaned up that, but I guess Oppenheimer.
I think she's Australian.
Same thing. Owned by the Crown. It's all the same. But that is a perfect segue. So Taylor Swift is down in Australia performing on her Eras tour. But guess who's not down there? Travis Kelce.
What?
Why is he not down there? He's got all this time on his hands. Wouldn't you think he would fly right down there? She flew from Tokyo to see him play football. Well, and now it's like a week later. It's like
his entire last week was occupied with stuff. So I mean, they had a whole week of Kansas City Chiefs stuff that he had to take care of.
You better get down there.
And then after that, they have exit interviews and locker clean out day and all that kind of stuff they have as well. So it probably wasn't until the weekend or so that he didn't have anything that he would have even been free to go. So he's probably had a couple days.
Well, I don't know that she's handling it well. The surprise songs during her set, Getaway Car, August, The Other Side of the Door, all songs talking about failed relationships, cheating, things like that. And when she picks her secret songs to play in the shows, there's always a meaning there. Always.
Okay.
Always.
Always a meaning there.
The NFL has no use for her anymore, so they're done.
Yeah, maybe. And speaking of possible cheating, they're talking about Kevin Costner's divorce from his wife. And in the divorce filings, they're saying, I think it's already been settled, but they said he was cheating on the set of Yellowstone. She was cheating on him in the guest house that he had with this guy that was living there. So it got really ugly. TMZ's put together a whole hour-long show to cover the divorce between Kevin Costner and his now former wife.
Yeah, there was a TMZ report over the weekend that said that she had one of the reasons she got so much less than she was asking for was because, as the story goes, she had apparently. I think they used the word overstated some expenses by a pretty great degree to try to get more money out of him.
Yeah, I need $50,000 for my hair.
Like they presented that to the court, and the court figured out you've drastically overstated this, and then they wanted to make a point that when you try to do that to the court, this is what happens.
I do love that. I love a good split like that. That was fun. That's fun. And today is it's President's Day, and it's also National Mint Chocolate Chip Day. So something kind of important and something
something for the men
important.
and something for the women.
Yeah.
History, politics for the men, and mint chocolate ice cream for the ladies.
You heard it here first. So those are a few things that are now trending.
All right, we have an update. Remember last week when Alexis was all super just ready to pounce on me for no reason the whole show that day, but especially when she thought that I was questioning her morals as to whether or not she would share a giant tip with the rest of the staff at a restaurant that had gotten a $10,000 tip. Well, that story has an update to it. The story of the woman getting a $10,000 tip she was supposed to share with the rest of the staff. I'll go ahead and tell you the update is that she got fired. Ooh. Now, what are the details leading up to it? That's what we'll give you next, okay?
It's radio. It's a podcast. It's the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. More next.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
All guests of the Ace and TJ show stay at the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. Beautiful rooms, incredible dining options. Book your room by calling 980-299-7123. It's the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group. Attention Charlotte, treat yourself to a delicious meal that's made with fresh, seasonal ingredients and ready in just 20 minutes. Enjoy a fine dining experience without ever leaving your home. Head over to tableandtwine.com.
From the Calitrin Studios, Calitrin is the safe and effective way to lose weight. Find out more about Calitrin at acetj.com/weight loss. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So 1 week from today is when we start the new little projects that we've got going. Ace and Friends and TJ's podcast. Little what they call endeavors. And you're going to love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. That's what you're going to do. So that starts Monday on the Ace and TJ network family. We're going to have to bump the thing that I said we were going to do here. It can go back a segment or two because I forgot that I needed to say this. You know, we talk a lot about how it hurts our feelings that Rob is so antisocial that when we see him out from the studio somewhere, like we run into him in the store, he barely speaks or tries to avoid us altogether because he thinks it's awkward to talk to people in public. I know he did it to me where he almost didn't even go to the store that he saw that I was in one morning before the show and tried to sneak by me. And if it hadn't been for the woman working behind the counter speaking to him as he walked by, and I heard his voice say, I'm fine, thanks, or whatever he said. And I recognized his voice, and I looked up and I go, hey, Rob. And he's walking away, hands down, like, hi, like I was a stranger. Riggins, it happened to you at Publix grocery store. Yeah. You did the same kind of thing. And more than once?
No, just once.
Just once.
I've done it to Alexis at a gas station before.
Okay, yeah. Has he ever done it to you, Ace?
No, I've never encountered him, just run into him like outside of the studio like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Rob, tell Ace what happened this morning.
I went to the gas station up the road here before work to get an energy drink, and his car was out there, and he was inside. When I went to the door, he was going to the register, so I dipped into an aisle to go get my energy drinks.
And you let him leave. He never knew you were in the place.
Nope, I wasn't 100% certain until just now, but
No way.
Because he didn't want that awkward greeting, or he would have thought it was awkward.
The awkward greeting of what?
Hey,
hey, Rob.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a minute, man.
Exactly. That's so now that it's happened to you, it's even more. You're even in the place more so where you don't understand how that could be possible.
I'm not going to corner you at that hour and say, hey, let's have a conversation about the weekend. Or something. Like, hey, man, I'll see you in a minute.
It's not like you're going to start yelling at him about some work that he didn't get done or anything, or why are you up here? You need to be at the studio getting your work done. Up here at the convenience store.
So I was at the counter when you walked in.
When I was pulling in, you were going inside the door.
Okay.
How low did you dip in the aisle?
Not very, because they're pretty tall aisles. There's also,
But you actually dipped down to not encounter me?
I don't know.
Yes.
I guess so.
What happened?
A little bit.
And so you maneuvered around to where if he's walking up to the counter, then you make sure you're behind him so he
Yes.
can even see you out of his peripheral.
Yeah, so like where the door was I went down the aisle right there, and he was going on the very far aisle, because that's, the energy drinks are in the corner over there, the back corner.
And you know that you're less than 5 minutes from seeing him in where the two of you are going to be in here. Just it. Nobody else will be in here for a few minutes.
Every morning, it's just the two of us in here.
That's correct.
And we hardly talk because I'm recording and he's doing something else. I would not, literally, Rob, my entire conversation would have been, hey, Rob, see you in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But even that's awkward to him.
Look, I'm not trying. The lady at the register even talked to me when I put a drink up there.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she didn't.
She said, that's a new flavor. I guess I'll have to try. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Just try bringing me up and shutting up. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, it's happened to all of us now.
Well, it would have been the same exact thing. He was trying to do to you. Well, he did to you what he tried to do to me.
yeah.
But I heard his voice because the lady spoke to him, made him talk.
Yeah, we had it way worse than Ace did.
Yeah,
we
I'd
had
rather
to
not
like
know.
be physically rejected.
Well, I think the worst
Ace
of
didn't
all,
even
though,
know.
was yours, Riggins, because you ended up standing right beside him and then he just walked away.
I jetted.
Yeah.
No, what about mine? Where he said if I would have had any other choice except I was running late, I would have just gone to another
The
store.
That's true. I forgot about that.
When I saw your truck out there, after you had already contacted all of us and said, "Hey, I'm going to the store. Does anybody need anything?"
I don't know why I assumed you wouldn't go to that one whenever I was.
But I don't want to have a conversation at 5:15 in the morning inside a convenience store. I was just looking to get out of there.
All right, well, then we just didn't have to talk to each other. That's fine. Worked out.
Right. And
We wouldn't have.
Well, no words.
now I
had to
know
be
if
said.
I run into you in public now,
Oh, it's
you
on.
don't have to avoid me because I'm not going to say anything. I'm just like I'm going to walk by you. I won't say anything at all.
We are having a conversation.
You gonna-
if I encounter
you
you at
gonna
the store,
stop
Robbie! Robbie! Hey, Rob, come look
Well,
at
now
this.
I know
Check this out.
your car stands out among the cars, Ace, because the color of it.
Yeah.
So I'll know if you're there.
I'm going to go, why did you never call me back after that first date?
Yeah.
We just got a DM from somebody from Sue Ellen that said, I've got to know how things, all caps, ever got romantic with Robin Meredith.
Yeah, I mean, it just had to be put in his lap because that was his niece's best friend. That's how they met.
And I had heard that she thought I was cute, so I was like, oh, this is a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
We
approach
think you're
people.
cute.
Yeah.
Why do you avoid us?
You ducked down behind the aisle to make sure I didn't see you when I was leaving.
But
Yeah.
to be fair, I didn't have to duck too far because
Okay.
there's a thing in the middle that's like.
Well, you probably, if you'd been over too far, you would have fallen down 'cause your
Right,
leg would have given out.
That's true.
I'm going to
But-
start being catty now.
But at least you're the last. He held out the longest on you, Ace.
Exactly.
He already got everybody else.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
All right, now we'll get into the story that I was talking about earlier about the girl and the tip that made the national news last week who has now been fired. Coming up next.
Live in the morning and anytime you want it on the Ace and TJ family app. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. More next.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Should you buy? Should you sell? How do I present my house if I do want to sell it? All of those questions can be answered by the experts, and they can take care of you with the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. The Temple team knows everything there is to know about selling, marketing, and buying houses. So Get in touch with them today at acetj.com/Temple Team. The Temple Team at Keller Williams Realty.
Our nation's second president, John Adams, always slept on the left side of the bed. He believed this would increase his chances of having positive dreams and a more successful next day. That's why every mattress we sell here at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress includes a left side.
And for those that prefer waking up on the right side of the bed, our mattresses come with one of those too.
This President's Day, you can save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic sets. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Share Funny is now a little bit extra. Don't miss the Extra Funny podcast, live every weekday on the Ace and TJ Family app or anytime wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So last week we had a story of this this woman that works at the Mason Jar Cafe in Benton Harbor, Michigan. And she was had a customer, and the bill that the customer had was $32.43, and the customer left a $10,000 tip and said, please share this amongst the rest of the hard-working staff here, and then went on about his business. Well, that made the news, and at the time, the guy wanted to remain anonymous. But now, in this week, she has been let go of her duties at the place, and she did split it with everybody. She did split the check, the tip, the way she was supposed to. So from the owner of the restaurant, says, I will say it had nothing to do with the tip. She did receive the entire tip. She did not pay taxes on it. The business did. Yes, she shared the tip at the request of the man that left. Days after receiving the sizable tip, she claimed drama had begun to unfold inside the restaurant, and management had asked her to take the Sunday off as a mental health day. And then the outlet added, citing a now deleted Facebook post. She then said that management reached out to her Sunday night and told her to take the next day off as well. The waitress managed the restaurant on Monday to ask if, messaged the restaurant on Monday to ask if she was being told in a professional way to not come back. She goes, 1 week is, I'm such an amazing, hardworking employee, awesome mother, couldn't have happened to a better person. Now I'm without a job for the first time since I was 15 years old. So the good part about this is that we, as people who kept up with the story from the beginning, are now, they haven't given us enough information. So we're allowed to come up with our own scenarios of what we think happened. See, that's always fun. When you don't give all the details in a story, you say it had nothing to do with the tip situation. So but it was drama at the restaurant, and then she needed a mental health day, and then we told her not to come back. Whatever the story is.
So the management said she was caught up in drama at the restaurant, and that's why they told her to take the day off.
Right. So I think, because of what I was saying the other day, if you're forced to give the same amount of money to everybody in the restaurant that you got, there's going to be somebody in the restaurant that you don't feel like deserves it. But yet you still got to reach in what is your pocket, because it was given to you, and give to somebody else that you don't think deserves the money.
Like, she didn't think they were appreciative enough of the fact that they all profited a lot because of her good job that she did.
Or it could have been that one of the best employees just didn't happen to be working that shift. And when that employee came back and said, how did you not save me any of that money out of there? You and I are friends. We work together. I just happen to not be here. You should have saved some of it for me. That could have been drama. Mm-hmm. But wouldn't you just say somebody had drama at work? I mean,
what do you do about that when somebody else is not? That's their day off. Do you save them a slice of that, or does everybody get paid except for those one or two people that had the day off?
No, the guy said share it with all of the rest of your coworkers here that are here.
Oh. She's like, they got the same amount of money that I did. They weren't even here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Guess
it could be like your best friend at work wasn't there, yet you had to give that amount of money to somebody that you don't like, who you work with, who was there working that day.
Yeah.
You know, they get which is averaged out to be $1,300 per person.
Right.
Wow.
See, and that's why I said she should have just held the secret.
Yeah.
And then decided who got what if she gave any of it away.
And now she's out of a job. She doesn't even work. 2 weeks later? Less than 2 weeks? She doesn't even work there anymore.
Mm-hmm. And, got $1,300 out of it.
How much was the total? Like all of the money?
10,000. Yeah. That she could have just kept all of it and then not said anything to anybody.
2 weeks ago, if she knew she would have been out of a job, she probably would have done something different.
Right. If it has anything at all to do with the tip. And maybe she got that tip and then started thinking she was, top of the world and ordering everybody around and stuff. Who knows?
That's wild, though, that she doesn't even work there anymore, just 10 days after that.
Right. So here's a warning for you people who like to go antique shopping. Don't do this or it's going to be bad for you and you'll never be able to shop at an antique store again, probably. Coming up next.
Share Funny is now a little extra. The Extra Funny podcast coming up at 9 a.m. live on the Ace and TJ Family app and anytime wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today, you could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting, there's no appraisal. I think didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy, and Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com. It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime. Thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/neogenics. Neogenics.
Bradham Brothers offers heating, air, and electrical installation and service that you can trust. Their family business has served thousands of customers with honesty and a smile for over 50 years. Go to bradhambrothers.com to schedule service or a free estimate today.
Great food, great drinks, great service, and great atmosphere. You can find them all at one place. Fahrenheit on South Caldwell in Uptown Charlotte, 21 stories above the city. Get details and make reservations at acetj.com/Fahrenheit.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
I'm not a big fan of antiques. I like new stuff. Not to say that I don't like landmarks and things like that, but like going into buying decor or sit-abouts, as old Southern women call them. I'm not much on antiques. Just my personal opinion. But there is a person in Texas. I'm thinking it's in the Fort Worth area of Texas, and they are on the lookout for this person. Or did they finally arrest? Yep, they finally found him. Okay. Because they had video footage of him going around shopping for antiques while wearing a kilt. Now, say what you want, get mad at me if you want to get mad at me, but if a man is walking around in a kilt in U.S. America, especially in the South, people are going to pay more attention to him, and they're going to be, giving him the old eagle eye. Yeah. I'm telling you. As they should. because it's not normal. And yes, I know what normal is. What do you say is normal? Normal is what I say it is. Okay? And it's not normal to be looking up and seeing men walking around in kilts in Texas. But he really wasn't doing anything except they say that he was taking little antique figurines and stuff off the shelves, sticking them under his kilt and into his buttocks, and then putting it back on the shelf.
I thought you were going to go with the story was he was flashing people in the kilt. I did not expect him to be taking it into his buttocks.
Just like that was his way of really checking the merchandise, by putting it in his buttocks.
So he sticks it in his buttocks
and then put it right back on the shelf.
Wow.
So I don't think a warrant has been issued for the man, and he was arrested on charges of criminal mischief. He was given a $100 bond. It's somewhere close to Houston. It's a little subdivision outside of Houston.
When I think mischief, I think kids squirting each other with water guns.
Yeah.
Right.
Not like shoving antiques up yourself.
Yeah, and if people want to say that there's nothing wrong with wearing a kilt, that's his heritage and whatever. Well, I don't think his heritage is wearing a kilt with a tank top and beat up high top tennis shoes.
That's a look.
I don't think that's the way they did it back in the old country.
People who really have kilts in their heritage would kindly like for him to stop wearing a kilt.
Yeah, but I just don't know why the temporary. Stick it up there, take it out, put it back on the shelf. What is that about?
It's got to be some weird kind of psychotic thing about the secret that only he knows that it's messed up.
Maybe the only way he can tell if the antique is valuable or not.
This Hummel stinks.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
How disturbing. Everything you need to know coming up and now trending.
Don't miss the extra funny podcast coming up at 9 a.m. Eastern. Live on the Ace and TJ Family app or download anytime wherever you get podcasts. More Ace and TJ coming up.
If you're so frustrated because you're having to run around all the time, you're so busy, you feel like you're not getting your family something great to eat, then you need Culver's. It's the perfect thing for you. Always made to order, fresh, hot ingredients all day, every day.
And not only do they have the freshest ingredients all day, every day, but they are a part of the community. They're proud to be a part of the Indian Trail community where they're under new ownership. Belmont, University area, Salisbury. Make them a part of your daily routine. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Get details at acetj.com/Culvers.
As a proven leader in managed IT services, CompuCom delivers innovative solutions designed for how you work today. They'll help you deliver results no matter where you are on your digital transformation journey. It's all at CompuCom. Go to CompuCom.com to find out more.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.